Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
Jahan, where are you? First. Let's make these babies go home.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. He'll have a first down past the 40. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And some room. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
He's going to take a shot right away, and that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. CD, look at this clock and scoreboard. We're less than a minute into this game, and they've already made 2 trips to the end zone.
So that means that someone's confidence is absolutely soaring right now. There's almost no slowing them down. On the flip side, now you've got to get together. You've got to talk to each other. Make sure you stay tight, stay focused as a team. Yeah, it's a quick blitz, but you can get back in this game if you don't let it get away.
Let's go, let's go. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the team.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. Underneath for Johnson. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a 1st down.
Stafford throws complete to Galladay. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
They're running it. 11.
Again, it's Stafford. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Stafford looks to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check, Rose.
Cousins gives way to Cook. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, They're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Check 52, come on. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a first and 10.
Monday.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Stafford now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Ready? Blue 60! We own it! We're going to have
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. He's going to sling this deep down. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devon Kennard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. He's got his rookie tight end. That's Herb Smith Jr. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Check.
They run. Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Hey, we're good.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
3rd and 11.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Look, set. 180. 54. It's a party now.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. They're no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit, and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They start the drive with Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A toss to Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Go! Pull it together. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, let's get that ball. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Let's go, D.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Boom! Big hit all day. Sack City, baby.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On the return, here's Agnew. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Stafford now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
I'm coming after you.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions have taken the lead. Prater for the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Cousins the thrower. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On the ground, it's Cook. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. It's complete to Diggs. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. The final shot before the break. Stanford. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
In your face.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That's taken in by Callaway. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Stafford now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
We play to win. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Alert! Check.
Stafford here coming off his pick six. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Stafford. And it's caught here. Amendola. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get...
And he loses the football a second time. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Switch, through.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Wide, get wide.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. First down, Detroit. 16 yards on the pickup. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They go to Johnson again. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the 50, it's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
A gain of 15.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight. Hey, switch gears.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen. Watch the safety creep.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Choose the mic. Quarterback, don't get nervous. Two. Don't get nervous. Where's 52? What's that? 52. 52's the mic. They're not ready for this. What's that? They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
Now 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 9 brings up second and a yard at the 46-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Well, this one complete downfield on the left side. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Set. Blue 60. White. Let's go. Switch.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on second down. Stafford, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
You gonna see me? Hey, Steeler. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Wait, hot.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Cousins. And look at this. this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Check. Cross.
Now it's Stafford. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown, Detroit. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are going to jump back in front.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the fourth quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Mike Daniels, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Cousins now going deep for Diggs. It got his man complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
A gain of 31 yards. First down, Vikings.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him, All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Cousins now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Cook following the penalty. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
On 1st down, it's Cook fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Next to score, Vikings 45, Lions 35.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. One last throw here for Stafford. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Minnesota, they're into the win column for the 3rd time this year as they get the victory here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year.